I've felt pretty dialed in as of late when it comes to the market. And that's been really beneficial for us. Almost every day we've been able to figure out what's been going on, what direction we might be headed. And yesterday we saw exactly what we discussed in the morning. We saw the increase in volatility. We saw the bear trap play out to perfection. And right now, on a fundamental level, we could not be better aligned for this next potential breakout that we're waiting for ADA. And we're going to talk about just a few things that went on over the last 24 hours, some really promising signs here. So if you guys are new or haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, hit that bell. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So yes, yesterday was a big old bear trap, and a lot of bears got sucked in and caught, and it was quite funny to watch. In fact, we actually ran all the way down to our 20-day moving average. We breached the bottom of our descending wedge that we're in currently, but had a very, very abrupt bounce back. You guys can see we got down there and spiked all the way back up above 79 cents. That was quite the run. It was very exciting. And what ADA did was liquidate a bunch of shorts that crept down following there. Go figure, right? And where ADA is sitting at right now is a very good level. What it's fighting is actually this 78-cent level. You guys can see basically since about 10 p.m. or so, it has in fact been fighting that range, and it does want to run to the upside. Something very good for us here is BTC actually holding a lot of strength in these levels, bounce back all the way up to basically where we're at currently, about 103.8 or so. We have a little bit of a doji candle being printed on the day, but green nonetheless. And maybe this changes as the day goes on. But what I will say is that right now the stochastic RSI in terms of BTC on the 12-hour chart is indicating we may have a little bit of a run here ahead of us. You guys can see the last time we were in this oversold range and got across, that was actually when BTC ran from about 94K up over 100K. Very exciting sign. Saw this also on a little bit of a fake out as BTC was 94, pumped to about 90, 98 or so, and came back down. But you know, we've seen this play out time and time again. And right now BTC is showing a lot of signs that it does want to continue moving to the upside. And obviously that's very beneficial for ADA and other assets. And it really does help when you're getting green institutional days. BlackRock, $409 million bought themselves. This is one of the, this is actually the largest day we've seen from them in the last week. Very exciting sign. There were some other players that were doing some dumping and freaking out. Fidelity, Grayscale, ARC21. You are going to have those days. All right. Now, that being said, what I will say is we had some good news that took place yesterday. We had some bad news that took place yesterday. First of all, core CPI falls to 2.4%, better than expectations. Awesome. We've been hearing this time and time again. CPI better than expectations. PPI better than expectations. Jobs report better than expectations. This is the very recurring theme. And again, guys, it's getting us very, very close to interest rate decreases, very close to liquidity injections. That stuff is very much on the way now. It still might take just a little bit of time, but this is what we've been waiting to see, and it's finally happening, right? Now, some bad things yesterday that maybe caused a little bit of stir in the market. We did, in fact, hear about the Coinbase quote-unquote hack, but what it was is just a couple of goons overseas that held up some Coinbase support agents that don't really have much access to people anyways. So what I will say is if you guys are a Coinbase user, don't fall for phishing emails. Don't fall for phishing texts. Me personally, I've been getting just an insane amount of scam texts for centralized exchanges that I haven't used in years. I haven't used Coinbase in years. I haven't used Gemini in years, right? But I'm still getting these emails and text messages. So definitely be aware of that. Exercise caution if you are using centralized exchanges. Just a little PSA for you guys. All right. Now, what also is not great news is that we did, in fact, get Judge Annalisa Torres rejecting the settlement between XRP and the SEC. Or, I'm sorry, Ripple and the SEC. And I'll talk about that more in the video. I don't want to dive too much into that here, but that may have caused a little bit of a stir as the day went on as well. But frankly, it didn't really matter because what we saw from ADA was a nice bounce back, retest, and bounce back up, right? That's what we want to see. Look at this. Higher low, higher low, higher low. Great sign, great spot for ADA to be because now we have all this thick concentration of short leverage liquidations right above these ranges. Guys, this is one of those days, and I'm not saying today is going to be the day, but this is one of those times where you have the perfect alignment for ADA to have a slingshot up into the mid to high 80s. Okay. You still need high volume. You still need excitement from the crypto markets. I will say the last 24 hours, we did move up in terms of volume. Figured that would be the case because of the high volatility, the drop down, the bear trap, right? That all kind of, again, worked out perfectly. And now we sit at this spot where the bear trap sucked people in and we have all this fuel for a breakout to the upside. Very exciting stuff. Now, again, I'm not saying that's going to happen today. Right now, we're sitting towards the upper part of this wedge that we're building currently. We are sitting right at resistance. If we do get a break here, it's possible that we could do one of these where we get a little bit of a fake out and come back down. But with enough volume, guys, we could see one of those. Again, we're still just in the SOS phase. We're still just kind of chopping around, haven't made any distinct moves one way or the other yet. So just got to be patient and understand that. But what I will say is it's very surprising that the negative people are still trying to be that negative, still 5% imbalance to the short side. That hasn't really changed even after yesterday, even after shorts got punished in a big way. Yes, longs did get punished as well, but this happens, guys. A lot of the time, you'll see people mess up and start to think one direct way about the crypto market and they lose, right? It's not an uncommon thing, right? So that's all we have going on right now. What I will say is I saw a lot of bearish comments as prices were dropping yesterday, even though we talked about a bear trap. We talked about this being the case. And what I will say is relax, take a deep breath. There will be red days, right? Not every single day is green. Not every trend is exactly up and to the right. But right now, guys, this is a bullish trend forming for ADA. All right. We talked about the golden cross taking place yesterday. We talked about what weekly stochastic RSI is doing. I mean, this is all stuff that is indicating we haven't even started this next major leg, right? Right now is kind of what we were doing in the latter part of last summer. ADA didn't really get to participate in this, but if we look at something like the SHIB chart, for example, and this might be kind of a weird reference, take a look at what SHIB was doing, right? These steps slowly and surely to the upside. And unfortunately, it didn't get to have that massive breakout just because of when our peak of the year ended up hitting, and we started obviously getting bad news and all these different things. But that's what it feels like ADA's doing right now, slowly but surely, and fundamentally building strength here as we approach an upside breakout. So I appreciate you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.